Ladies and gentlemen, happy Tuesday. This is my fourth time recording this video, and if I don't get it this time, I think I'm just gonna have to cry on screen and just let it keep going. So I apologize in advance. Also, side note, I am getting pretty far on your letters. These are many of them here, so yay! Okay, so for today's lesson, we are going to go over triangle basics. So literally just the basics of a triangle to kind of prep you for Wednesday and for Thursday. At the end of this video too, I'm going to show you your assignment for today, the surprise that I've been talking about. So stay tuned and we'll see if I can get this on my fourth try. Oh my gosh. Okay, so today you have three goals. Number one, your goal is to find the missing angle of a, oh my gosh. To find the missing angle within a triangle. You want to be able to determine if three angle measures add up to 180 degrees to form a triangle, and you want to see if you can find the perimeter and area of a triangle. So, okay, here we go. I'm telling you, it is already a struggle. So get your notebooks out. You can title your page Triangle Basics, and also make sure that you have a calculator with you too. So yeah. Okay. Sorry. All right, so when we're talking about the angles in a triangle, hopefully this is just review for you. We know that the three angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. That's your magic number for a triangle, 180 degrees. If you were wondering why it's always 180, take a look at the different colors of the corners of the vertices of the triangle. So you've got your black, your blue, and your purple here. If you were to kind of cut those out and put them all next to one another, they form a straight line. And anything in a straight line adds up to 180 degrees. So now you're super cool because not only do you know that the three angles in a triangle add to 180, but now you're like, hey, my math teacher showed me how to prove it. So boom, there you go. So we know that three interior angles of a triangle always add up to 180. So if I gave you a list of three angles, so like you've got three different lists here of angle measures, you could be able to prove to me whether that is or is not a triangle. So pause the video and grab your calculator. See which one of these, A, B, or C, adds up to 180 and is a true triangle. Okay, after you pause your video to try it out, like if I was doing part C here, and I did 70 plus 22 plus 68, that gives me a sum of 160, which would not form a triangle. If I added together for B, 47, 84, and 56, that would give me a sum of 187, not a triangle. But if I add together my top three angle measures, my 86, my 53, and my 41, that gives me a perfect 180, which would make a triangle. So the only set of angle measures that gives me a triangle would be A, because they add up to exactly 180 degrees. You also, I bet that you guys can do this super easily with a calculator too. And hopefully you guys saw this in 7th grade. If I gave you this triangle PQR, notice that you've only got two angle measures and you're missing the one for Q up here. You can solve for that pretty easily. So we're going to be solving for Q. We don't know what that is. But we do know that if you add up all three angle measures, they equal 180 degrees. So if we filled in our equation, we know that P is 51, we don't know what Q is, and we know that R is 36. Now to solve, we're just going to combine like terms. So I know 51 and 36 add up to 87 right here. So we know Q plus 87 equals 180. Let's subtract 87 from both sides, and you get that Q is 93 degrees. Now to prove that that's correct, let's add up R, P, and Q to make sure that they equal 180 degrees, and voila, they do, and you can't even see my calculator. Oh my goodness. So Q is 93 degrees. Now this is a similar problem here with this triangle where you're given two angle measures and we have to solve for B. However, I bet a lot of you are like, no, Miss Aman, we're only given one angle measure, okay? Do you remember what this little box means here? What kind of triangle that is? Hopefully you're saying in your head, that is a right triangle, which means that this angle here is 90 degrees. So this square, this little figure here, tells us that that angle is 90 degrees. We do not know what angle B is. That's what we're going to be solving for using the same process that we did on the other slide. So we know that A plus B plus C has to equal 180. We know that A is 46, We do not know B, and we know that C is 90. We can combine our like terms here. Then you've got B plus 136 equals 180. We'll do minus 136 minus 136. And our missing angle measure is 44 degrees. So angle B is 44 degrees. You can prove that by adding all three together. So you've got 44 plus 46 plus 90, and you get 180 degrees. So you did it. Now, let's go into something a little bit more geometry based here. We can also use triangles to find perimeter and to find area. Remember that perimeter just means that you're adding up all of the side lengths. So if I showed you this triangle here, that means we would add up A plus B plus C. Perimeter, we just add up all of our side lengths. With area, it's similar to a rectangle when we do our base times our height, but with a triangle, remember that you also have to divide by 2. So this guy down here, this whole bottom side, bottom is your base. Your height stands straight up, kind of like a house here with the roof. So now we can find the perimeter and we can find the area of a triangle, and I'm going to show you how in the next slide. If I gave you this guy here, so you've got this triangle, and I asked you to find the area and the perimeter. Let's start with perimeter. Perimeter just means that we need to add up all three sides on the outside. So you've got 9 plus 9 plus 15. That gives us 33 meters. Notice the M here, you need to include your units in your answers. For area, it's just base times height divided by 2. Our base is the bottom of our triangle, the bottom part right here. Okay, so that is your base. And then your height stands straight up. So that is your 6 right here. So when we plug that in our formula, it's going to be 15 times 6, base times height, divided by 2. I figure out that 15 times 6 is 90. 90 divided by 2 is 45. And it's going to be 45 meters squared. Remember, with area, we use the little squared here. All right, last one, and then I'm going to show you your surprise assignment for today. When you're thinking about geometry in your high school classes, that's when you're going to be starting to put more variables and expressions within your problems here. But that's fine for you guys because, like I said, you guys have done an awesome job this year with solving equations. If I asked you to find x, knowing that the perimeter is 46, how could you set that up? If I know the perimeter is 46, I right away know that it's going to be like equals 46. Perimeter means to add up all of your sides. So ladies and gentlemen, all that you need to do is just add up this side plus this side plus this side and set it equal to 46. So it looks just like this. You've got x plus 4 plus x plus 6. Then you need to go through and identify all of your like terms and kind of clean them up and combine them. So look how I highlighted or underlined in the different colors. I see that I've got 1, 2, 3 x's. So 1x plus 1x plus 1x is 3x. And then I've got 4 plus 6, which gives me 10. Now, this is just a two-step equation. It's 3x plus 10 equals 46. To get 3x by itself, the opposite of plus 10 is minus 10. So we're going to subtract that from both sides. As you can see, my writing in the pen here is just beautiful. It's great. 46 minus 10 is 36. So now it's just a one-step equation. If 3x equals 36, divide both sides by 3, and you get that x is equal to 12. All right, guys, so here's what we covered today. We know that a triangle has 3 sides. We know that the 3 interior angles add up to 180. You can find the perimeter by adding up all of your sides, and you can find the area by doing base times height divided by 2. So let's talk about your assignment for today. So on Schoology, you're going to open it up and, okay, first of all, please look at all the videos that have occurred since the start of e-learning. Yikes. When you open it up, this is what you're going to see. Next week is Teacher Appreciation Week. Usually, like in my class, we do a big surprise for all the team teachers, and then we go give it to them, and then we get to watch their reactions, which is my favorite part. But since we're not together, I still wanted to put something together for the Team 8-1 teachers and give it to them next week as a surprise, because I know that, number one, they miss you guys more than literally life itself. Like, we talk about it every single day, how much we miss you. So I think this would just be a really nice way to not only give them kind of the fix of students, but also to say thank you for all they've done this year. So when you open this up, I have a few informational slides. This is essentially just what I just talked about. Here's your directions. For every teacher, you can design the slide however you want. Okay, so you can change the background color, you can add a picture. If you and your favorite teacher have a song that you guys like, you can put that on there like as a link. It does not matter to me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to be reading them. I'm just going to copy them over to like the master slideshow for each teacher. So here's my example. Like if this was me writing to Ms. Hong, I know she likes Starbucks. Starbucks is green. I don't know. I just wrote her a quick message and then I put my name at the end. If you want to use your name, please do. Or if you want to leave it anonymous, then you can just don't put your name on there, because all that I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste it over to like Ms. Hong's slideshow and Ms. Vanna's slideshow and Mr. Battaglia's slideshow. So there's one for Ms. Hong, Mr. Battaglia, Ms. Vanna, Ms. Spain, Mr. Patel. If you don't have one of those teachers, you can just leave it blank unless you know them. Then I'm going to ask you to do two things. Number one, submit it like as your assignment by 11:59. Can you also share it with me? So submit it and share it with me. And I know that's so annoying and I'm so sorry, but I would really appreciate it. So thank you so much. Finally made it through, fourth time. Please get this done by tonight and make your slides nice and pretty so they look great for your teachers, because they miss you more than anything. Not more than I miss you. I'm just kidding. All right. Have a great day, guys. See you later.